Thinking of applying to McGill University? Are you wondering about what is the deadline to apply to McGill University? Or maybe you're just wondering about what are the right steps, or if you're taking the right steps to travel to Canada as an international student. If that is you, definitely keep on watching. Hi there, welcome back to the channel. On this channel, I talk about life in Canada, studying in Canada, and personal development. Now today I'm going to be talking to you about how to apply to McGill University step by step. In 2024, McGill was ranked third as the top university in Canada. McGill is also ranked as 30th in the world. So McGill University is a very good school, and it is one of the top schools in the world as well as in Canada. In my previous video, I spoke about the different programs that are available at McGill. If you're wondering what are the programs that are available in McGill, I linked that video right here. You can just click it, or you can just check the description box for that video. So I previously came here as an international student, and then I became a permanent resident of Canada. So currently I live right here in Montreal, Quebec. I was previously living in Prince Edward Island, and then I moved to Montreal, Quebec. I've been living here for 6 months now, and I've even gone and toured campus. So I leave a link to that video down below as well, so you can check out that video as well. But in this video, let's talk about how to apply. So the first thing I would tell you about applying for McGill University is to pay attention to the deadlines and ensure that you don't miss the deadlines, because so many students have missed the deadlines. So admissions for McGill University starts in October 2025 and it ends January 15th, 2026 for international students. This video is directly for international students who would like to travel to Canada and possibly even become permanent residents of Canada as well. For domestic students, it's going to be a different timeline. If you would like a checklist where I outline all the steps to become an international student in Canada, you can check that out down below, so you can 100% download it if you are planning on applying as an international student. Now, overall, I support international students to travel to Canada, and I have been doing this for 3 years now. So of course, the second step, once you are aware of the deadlines, make sure you don't miss the deadline. The second step is to figure out the program that you're interested in. Now you can go on Program Finder and see which program you're interested in. I'm also going to just link down below a list of the programs available. This list is going to consist of over 300 courses, so it's going to take a while, and definitely that is something that I help people with, to just figure out which course makes more sense for them and things like that. So you can also just contact me. And some of the popular programs that international students take would be like computer science, engineering, and arts. The next step is to look at the breakdown for admissions into these courses. Now, admissions varies even from where you go to high school, whether you go to high school in Quebec versus you go to high school in another country versus if you went to high school in the US. So it's important to look at the requirements, which I also leave down below for you so conveniently. And then one of the biggest things that international students has asked me is, what about language requirements? Do I need to do the IELTS exam, or can I just apply? So it really depends on the language of your country, your official language in your country. Now, if your official language in your home country is English, then you possibly won't need to do the language assessment. Now, if you went to school in a different language and it wasn't English, you still have to do the language exam. The next step is to just create your application. So it's important to gather all the documents, get all the transcript, do all those things. Just contact your school, and then you'll need to get the application fee, which is $131 Canadian. For the language ability score, you will need to do the language exam, and that will show your language abilities. So it's important to do that exam early on. That is why it's important to know the deadline for school, so that you can get it done early, and then afterwards you can put together the application before the deadline. And then you also have to remember about the student visa that you'll need before school starts. So all those things has processing time, they have deadline. So that is why it's important to stay on top of everything. And again, if you just want support from me, you can always contact me about that, and I can help you to get all of this done as well. And also remember, I have the checklist down below. You can get the checklist, use the checklist, and it can help you to make sure you don't miss any documents, make sure you don't miss any process. Everything is outlined on that checklist, everything you will need to do. Print it off and put it somewhere where you can see it and see what you're working towards. Look at the list of everything, tick them off as you go along, as you get everything. Put them all together and put together a strong application. And the next step is just ensure that you constantly check your application process, because you need to see when you get into the school. Because once you get in right away, you need to apply for your student visa. If, for example, you don't get into that university, you'll also need to apply to other universities, or you can be proactive and apply to at least 2 universities all at once. So keep that in mind as well, to apply to multiple universities to make sure that you actually get into one of them, so that you have time to apply for the student visa, because that again has a separate processing time and it differs from country to country. The next thing that I'm going to need you to do is to apply for all and every scholarship you are eligible for. Definitely ensure that you go through the website and see all the scholarships available and apply to all of them. The main one is the entrance scholarship. Once you're eligible for it, apply to it and make sure that you have completed the application in time so that you can get that scholarship as you enter the school, because if you don't apply, you won't get it. Remember to get the checklist down below. I'll link it down there for you. That checklist is vital if you're applying for your student visa, because it will just help you throughout the entire process. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more videos about life in Canada and Canadian immigration. I'm going to talk a lot more about permanent residency soon. I'm going to talk about other colleges and universities you can apply to, and I'll just break down more about just life living here in Canada, life living here in Montreal. All of that will be on this channel. So if you're interested and you want to move on to permanent residency, you can always subscribe to my channel and keep watching videos and educate yourself about what's available. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.